Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's All You Can Geek Moviecast, episode 417. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gast, joined by Corey Feinsod.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up?
You gotta get some energy, Jim. You sound like you're trying to put someone to sleep.
It's been a long day. I'm having a beer. I'm not going to promote the beer, see, no label. But I'm having a beer, and it's just been a long day. So, anyways, joined by Tony Korkanakis as well. Welcome to, welcome, guys. Welcome, listeners. Welcome, viewers. To 417 of the Moviecast. We've got a little bit of news this week. It's a light news week, but we have a couple things to discuss. First and foremost is the box office, where Venom had a pretty good hold.
Very good hold, actually.
Yeah, 35. Number one, it beat out A Star Is Born and First Man at 35.1 million. 55% drop, right? That's the Infinity War drop.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. So they're.
I don't know. Is it like a perfect storm for it or something? I still understand.
It must be.
I still don't get it.
Yeah,
you know what it is?
I definitely do think it's a perfect storm. I mean,
there's no fall Marvel movie.
Yeah, there's no fall Marvel movie. We're in a lull period. Venom apparently is a beloved, nostalgic, 90s character that, whatever. Tom Hardy's in it. Despite the things, the reviews and stuff, I think it's been critic-proof. It's one of those rare movies that's just critic-proof. Like, it doesn't matter.
I think it is, yeah. I mean, it's not like the lowest scored movie, but it's also been, the positive viewer reviews. Like, there's a lot of positive viewing reviews, and I think audience reviews.
So the guy that did Zombie Land, right? So.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
Read.
So that's
and
what
I heard. That the thing I heard was that he only took Venom because they could greenlight Zombieland 2.
Really? That was the...
That was what I heard, but I don't know. It's just a rumor.
And it's weird because Zombieland 2 is greenlit, so it's like, that's got some, there's going to be something to that, actually.
I mean, people are speculating that this might reach, Justice League levels.
Yeah, I did see
it's already,
projections for that.
Close to 400 million worldwide, so... I mean,
Venom.
Absolutely.
Venom taking down the Justice League, really. Really. Unfortunately, Mike's not here tonight. He's had to work, so won't be joining us on this podcast. I'm sure there's a lot of conversations he'd like to have with us. I forget what one he just mentioned before.
I think it's better off for everybody else.
Oh, yeah, Corey's having some internet issues too, so this has been a good night so far. Anyways, your box office at A Star Is Born at 2, First Man at 3, Goosebumps 2 at 4, and Smallfoot at 5. That's your box office this week. Opening is Halloween, which we get the conclusion to the Jamie Lee Curtis chapters, maybe.
Is this like a direct sequel to some of the earlier ones?
I think so. I don't know what.
Just skipping.
I think it's one of those multi-universe timeline things where it's just Halloween, whatever, or
they're doing an X-Men.
Right, whereas there's a couple branching paths, so it's if he died in this one, then this happens. If he didn't die, then this happens.
Because H2O was supposed to be that whole final chapter.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, I forgot about that one actually. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's getting pretty good reviews early on, so we'll see how that comes out.
We'll see if it can repeat an It-like performance.
Yeah. So. Yeah, maybe. I mean, speaking of that, getting into what we've been up to, I watched it.
Yay! Nice.
That was unscripted, by the way. That was unscripted.
No, it was. He had no idea that I did that. So I actually watched the new one. I have not actually
seen.
I've never seen the original. No.
Oh, wow.
I've never seen the original either.
So
what?
Yeah, everybody gives out the reaction too.
I know. So with the amount of movies I've seen, it's not my genre usually, horror movies. But with the Halloween season, I'm like, I want to watch. I've been meaning to watch it because everybody says how great it is, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to watch this finally. So I watched it, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I feel like I don't know. I feel like there was a little bit of a fast conclusion to it, but then there might be more coming. I guess I have no idea. I don't want to give spoilers to people, but it's a year old, so.
Yeah, it's that, and it's also based off a book, which it has a mini series as well. People know the story.
Okay.
I think so. It's not really that big of a spoiler to say.
Yeah.
The gang is getting back together.
Yeah, as an older. What do they call them? The
losers,
loser club, whatever they were. Yeah. They get back together as an older group, the middle-aged losers. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I'm Was that next Halloween, probably the 2019 one?
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah. So I liked it though. I would recommend it for Halloween movie kind
You
of.
liked it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
No, this is really good. I enjoyed it too, and I just kind of piggyback on what you're saying. Like, I think that this is a great example of a movie that took the original source material and kind of improved, not necessarily improved on, but like brought it into a modern age and like had that nostalgia factor to it. Which
Well, it had
really
it like you can't. They definitely did try to take the Stranger Things vibe, right? Or was this around the same time as that?
I mean, I think that they definitely were influenced. It was around the same time, but I mean, I'm sure they saw what Stranger Things was doing and was like, well, this is a good idea.
Definitely had that vibe, and obviously the kid was in it from Stranger Things. But I'm like, I'm not saying that because he was cast in this. I'm saying it because it actually
right. And I think that also Stranger Things kind of took inspiration from it as well. So it's like they kind of the whole Nathan Drake, Lara Croft, Nathan Drake thing in the video game world.
Wow, you're setting me up for
Indiana Jones.
You're setting me up for what we've been up to in the Gamecast now. You're too early, Corey.
Oh damn, that's what she said.
So yeah, that's really only thing of note to really talk about. I think that I've watched. I think I'm trying to think if there's anything else really. I'm not really watching any TV shows right now. I'm just.
You haven't finished up on Iron Fist?
I don't have any drive to watch this right now. I just don't. Like, I'm not saying it's been good. I watched 3 episodes of it and I actually enjoyed it. But then when you hear about the news, which I don't want to get into the news here, but it's canceled for those wondering. It kind of kills your.
It's just a real. I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily because these characters can live on. And I don't think he needs his own show. I would much rather see this character in other people's shows. Not necessarily the Cage show, but I think they should just combine the shows, make one show.
Well, that might happen though. I mean, that's kind of been hinted at. So we'll see if they're going to announce something soon. They're expected to announce Luke Cage season 3 pretty soon, and maybe that's going to be announced especially with him. I don't know, but anyways, Corey, what have you been up to?
As far as like viewing stuff, I mean, I watched some Iron Fist as well. I do think it is better this season.
Yeah,
I do
it
think
is.
that the characters, the side characters are interesting too. Like obviously not some of them, but Danny is much better character so far. But we'll see. I mean, again, it can only go up from where it was last season.
For the expectations you had for it. Did you see it? You didn't see Titans yet, did you?
I did.
I didn't hear the podcast. Did you talk about it last week?
No, it just came out
Okay, I thought so. That was the 12th it came out, right?
It just came out.
Yeah. So what did you think of that?
I thought it was. I think that this show would potentially be good if it wasn't based off of DC's characters. Like, it just doesn't make sense that they took like some of the most the least popular storylines and like roles of these characters and kind of use that for this show.
Because they couldn't use the main source because of the.
No, I mean it's like the New 52.
Yeah.
Kind of, which is still a main source. It's just older, but kind of like that. They use that, and then again, if this was what I wanted to do, is I wanted to look at this as a non-DC inspired show, and like how would I feel like how would I think of this show if it wasn't like if I wasn't colored by the fact that it looked awful and stuff. And I don't think the show is poorly made. It looks good, like filmed well. The special effects are really good for a TV show, and it has potential to be something interesting. It's just I don't know why they chose these characters, and it's got a very, very much of like a Gotham vibe to it.
What does that mean?
Gotham vibe?
I don't hate Gotham. I don't.
I know you don't hate Gotham. And the thing at the end of this episode, because it's coming out weekly or whatever, it's not like an all at once type of thing. You can't just binge watch it. After seeing the first episode, I did want to see what the next episode would be like.
Yeah, I'm waiting till Friday actually for that episode before I subscribe.
It's just weird the backstories that they're choosing to give these characters. That's what I mean. And to bring things in out of order and out of place, like with Gotham. Like Gotham's just like bringing things in that just because you want to have name recognition. It's like same thing with Smallville. Like you're bringing keep characters into the storyline just because they're characters people recognize, and it doesn't necessarily make sense for the time period. And it's the same thing here. But we'll see. And I don't know. Okay. It's only one episode, but
yeah,
it's no worse than what CW's throwing out there. I'll say that.
Okay. Not high praise at least, but we'll see.
I mean, when CW was good, it was good.
I kind of wanted to check back in on Arrow because I still would love that series to be good, but I'm not doing that right now.
Oh, so. Speaking of Arrow, they released this crappy promotional image of I don't know, Worlds Collide or whatever.
I saw Batwoman in the.
No, it's not that. Apparently, it's a it's like a what if or like whatever bullshit time crap multi-universe stuff happens, where Oliver Queen is actually the Flash and Barry Allen is actually the Arrow. It just looks hella awkward. Yeah, I'm just like, okay.
Okay, they have Black Suit Superman in that. I heard in the next crossover season. So
I mean, their crossovers are usually pretty good.
Yeah. And
DC, that'd be interesting, like a what if.
I actually think Batwoman looked pretty good from the promo.
I mean, it's based very faithful to the comic.
Yeah. Anyways, Tony, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? I caught up with the My Hero Academia manga because it's been a while.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty cool. The anime season just ended and stuff like that, which kind of got me a bit more excited to catch up with the manga because I was like, oh, okay, let's see what's going on. So, that's pretty fun, pretty interesting. It's like a new shonen type thing to read. Other than that, absolutely nothing. Yeah. Just waiting for Daredevil, I guess.
Yeah, Daredevil season 3. I mean, that's coming out this week. I'm looking forward to that as well. Like I said, I'm not looking forward to Iron Fist. I mean, like, I guess if we get an announcement like next week that he'll be appearing on the other shows as a character, then yeah, I'll watch the season because it's been good.
What if the show like completes his story arc in this episode in this season?
But I've heard that there's a nice tease for the next season. I remember Mike saying that. Like, I don't know what it was, but I heard that there was. Corey froze just like that. That's great. Sorry, Corey. Go ahead. Repeat yourself. What'd you say?
I'm saying I don't know enough about it either. Like, but I think this character's going to live on. I don't think it's going to die.
Well, they did say the Iron Fist will live on or will return as their statement, but
I don't think he's completely gone. It's just I
just don't think they have a story to tell with him in the season. Like, they don't need to focus
putting
on
him in a show. If they're not going to use the character anymore, I don't know.
No, I don't think.
I think what's going to happen is they're going to mash him and Luke Cage together.
They have to. I mean,
they have to. Because like Daredevil and Jessica Jones, they can carry their own shows. They don't need
each other
to do team ups. Or other people. Luke Cage and Iron Fist are just terrible. Not terrible, but like just not as interesting characters by themselves, even with their supporting casts. Mm-hmm. So it's just like put them together. At least you get like the buddy cop type of shenanigans, and the duo like the.
I mean, when they've been on screen together, they've had good chemistry
too. So. Exactly.
So that'd be good. That would work. That would work. So.
It would free them up to do another show if they wanted.
Sure. Speaking of the buddy cop scenario, the news that I just was reading here is the Dark Phoenix movie is going to be a lot like Thor Ragnarok. I guess that was the big inspiration.
I think they were inspired by it, which
the director.
I think you also mentioned, Tony, that I mean, this film started filming before Ragnarok came out, but at the same time they may have known what was going on. Like, scripts get leaked early and things like that.
So. I mean, it's it's one of those industries. So.
Well, I mean, as you're filming it, you're like, yeah, you can. They've made a lot. How many times has this been reshot and adjusted, anyways? So they could have watched the formula work and changed the entire story.
I don't know. They've only had one set of reshoots.
I know what we could talk about because Mike's not here.
What's
the
this?
The director of this one apologized for X-Men 3: The Last Stand. Literally apologized for the movie.
Yes. Yeah.
So
I mean, Mike's been trying to
we won.
Say yes. I know. Even the director has apologized. I said that though at Comic-Con. I was talking about the fact that David, what's his name, Boreanaz. Sorry, he said that he thinks that Buffy would be a good reboot. It's a good thing to reboot Buffy, and I wanted to talk about that last week, but Mike was like, no, he has to say that. So that's kind of what I think his response to you, Tony, would be that he's got to say this to promote his new movie.
Oh, of course. That's exactly what he said in Discord. He's like, oh, of course he's going to show the new movie. It's like, bro, okay, whatever. Like, nothing will appease you anymore. So, like, you're just keep digging your heels into the sand.
Yeah.
That's cool.
All right. What else do we
I
have?
mean, the thing is with this though, just real quick, is like if he acknowledges that they made a mistake with that one, and yet they're doing the same exact thing here. So I don't understand what.
Yeah. Well, it's just weird because like he's saying like, oh, they're gonna go into space, they're gonna do that, this and the other thing. I'm like, no, at least the trailers I've seen, I don't see any of that. So I'm like, where?
Well, there is one moment there in space, but that's
is it?
You
But
know,
I was
they're
just
in a
like,
spaceship.
I don't know. I'm with the delay and everything. I'm still believing that this movie is going to get pushed onto a streaming service. I don't see.
I think so too. No,
I mean, obviously,
yes, obviously you don't. So, anyways, we'll see. Speaking of, wow, everything's flowing nicely here. I mean, we're talking Disney and Fox now merger. That's the last bit of news we have. That deal will be done by January 1st. So that's the news. The last bit of news that launched, I think, just after the podcast last week. That news came out that everything's going so smoothly, and Fox is ready to close basically by the end of the year. So the assets return to Disney. All the stuff they're buying. Does this move up timelines of introductions of other heroes in the Marvel Universe?
I firmly believe that we're going to see a tease of either X-Men / mutants and or Fantastic Four at the end of Avengers now. I
made the statement of like other heroes because yes, I agree. I don't know necessarily we'll see the X-Men or mutants. I think that we will see I really think it'll be Fantastic Four anyways first, because they kind of had those rights loosely to begin with the deal they made with Fox for TV rights for TV shows. So, everything froze. Did you guys get me on that?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It froze on me. So, good old Skype. Great stuff here. Great product. Yeah. All right. Anything else to talk about on that merger? All right. We got a topic tonight of movie ticket prices. Movie ticket prices, should they increase, decrease, stay the same? What do we guys think with these budgets nowadays? Just a preview, we are going to have a very similar conversation in the Gamecast. So if you're wondering what the Gamecast topic will be, it's very similar to this. So what do you guys think? Movie prices stuff, are they getting insane with this stuff? Or are they getting...
Well, we're talking about like DVDs and...
I think in general, I mean...
digital, or we're talking about like theater going and like...
I think the whole experience. I would like to start with the movie theaters, first of all. Are those ticket prices...
Well, the movie theaters have been going up. I mean, they kind of...
but should they?
I mean, it's inflation. It's not that should anything
inflation but look at how many times are they gouging us on 3D, making us watch 3D movies, getting that extra dollars out of you for these movies. And
I mean, the problem is the budgets are just ballooning on these films. Like it was.
Well, that's the problem. It's escalation. Yeah. It's escalation.
And that's the thing. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, with a lot of these movies, I mean, like the budgets are getting insane, and you know, not all these big movies can be successful. Obviously, we've seen like. You know, not to shit off, but like, you know, almost all the DCEU movies have been, you know.
Yeah. No, I know.
At least not as, not
successful.
They were hoping. Right, I mean, they made money, but it's not like they're making the money that they expected or wanted.
Right. They're not making that Marvel money.
Yeah.
Right.
So, you know, the thing is, something's got to give in some way or shape or form. And, you know, a little while ago, I talked about like a program, kind of like a subscription service where it's something like, you know, the Marvel movies, like maybe you buy like a yearly Marvel movie pass for, I don't know, $25-$30 or whatever it is, and that allows you to see like the Marvel movie or something like that, or, you know, whatever. But the thing is, like, to take from the game industry, there are some other things that they could do and
they've been trying. Like, that's what we've got the 3D
stuff. Absolutely.
Like, they've been
absolutely.
D4 and
and I mentioned it. I forget when I mentioned it. It's been very recent where like that preview night, like the Thursday opening night, they could easily charge like 2 times and a half.
Right.
It's like, hey, you want to see a movie
early?
Yeah, you want to see the preview night? It's more expensive. Like for a major movie like Marvel, like I would pay for the Marvel movie.
They could charge they could probably charge $5 more a ticket. I don't know double the price, but like a $5 more charge for the first like an early viewing of it, I think people would pay. But yeah, I guess like. Yeah, movie. We've talked about movie action before, but even going into like digital and into prices of discs, you go like look at 4K stuff nowadays. 4K is $30 or $35 if you get the Steelbook stuff. It doesn't cost them any more to produce this than a Blu-ray. It doesn't cost any more than that. Maybe there's a little cost extra for the disc, but it's not astronomically different compared to what a Blu-ray costs, which you've seen Blu-ray prices are what, $19.99 still for new, and digital as well. Digital is $19.99. That costs them even less. So it's like, are we looking at? I think prices for these, at least digital, without a doubt, should be down in price compared to what it is, just because of cost. I mean, it's ridiculous to charge the same price as what you would pay on the shelves for a digital movie.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. Like, out of that $20, like, how much is that actually? How much are they making off of that? And
well,
like,
digital,
again,
it's like pure profit on digital.
I mean, for the most part, the services that people are buying. Apple's taking 30% of everything they're selling you.
I don't think they are in that. I don't think they are in that ultraviolet sharing conglomerate.
Well, if you're buying, Well, I mean, if you're buying it through a different service, that's what I'm saying. Like, depending on the service, the only where you want your movies to be on, and iTunes being more. Which,
by the way, I'm very happy that this sharing thing exists now between Amazon, Apple, Vudu, Fandango.
Well, what's funny is that Movies Anywhere app.
That's what it is. Movies Anywhere. Disney's what did that.
I met the guy that made that at Comic-Con.
Really? Cool.
Because he also made a DC Universe app.
Oh, okay.
so he's like, yeah, this is my app, and then like, because you have to show him the app to like get whatever, and then he's like, oh, you have the Movies Anywhere. I made that too.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. No, I mean that's what did it. The Disney Movies Anywhere service is what really united these other these other services.
But I think personally, I think $20 is fair price to own a movie.
Yeah,
a digital movie, and if you get the Blu-rays too, like that, I think that's actually fair.
I'm actually more okay with box office prices being $25 a movie and home purchase prices being lowered, because I think like it's kind of, in my opinion, it's more like a CD, or MP3, buying a song through iTunes. It's $1, it's 79 cents. While it hasn't curbed piracy entirely, it really did cut down massively on piracy because it's so easy to get a song. It's just so easy. And it's the same idea for movies. If you make things accessible,
but you can't sell chapters of movies.
No. I'm saying like you could sell those movies.
Buy chapter 4 for $1.
I would love to know Vudu's numbers for sales, because they do $5 movies and they do $10 movies, and I wonder what $7.99 HDX as well. They do this every month, and I wonder what the sales prices they earn off of that compared to the actual new release sales. Just because value-wise,
but again, I do feel like $20 is fair. I don't think that's huge like gouging of the consumer in that sense.
I disagree. I think that I don't know. I feel
they gotta make money too. I mean, if you want these movies made, somebody's gotta make money somehow.
Yeah.
And, like, if you're buying movies for $4 and $5, people aren't making money.
They're making money still.
See, it's weird. So, like, for me, I feel like when I watch a movie and I pay them for the ticket, because more often than not, I know when I want to see a movie, and typically it's going to be in that opening weekend. And opening weekend is when the movie distributor company makes the most amount of profit in terms of percentage. I think it's I want to say it's around 70-ish%, maybe a little bit more. But so I'm like, hey, they got their money off of me because obviously that's a fair price. Now, when it comes out on video, I'll get if it's something I really enjoy, and I'm just like, man, I want to support them even more, stuff like that. So, I buy the Marvel stuff, but mostly that's because I like the steelbooks that they release. Yeah. And it comes with the digital copy. I don't think I've ever actually put an actual disc since Avengers 1.
Very rarely.
I have them all, but
very rarely do I put in. The weirdest part is though the craziest timing for the Steelbook talk was I just saw your tweet to Matt Piscatella about Steelbooks, and I'm like, I agree with you on this, because I'm like, I really want those Steelbooks, and I they shouldn't be charging more for them. They shouldn't. I'm sorry. It's maybe don't do it the entire time, but do a first print of them to get those people that are buying it at full price to pay that for the Steelbook.
Yeah, I was like, Matt, the businessman inside. Well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to the game list. But yes, that reminded me of that immediately. I was like,
yeah. Now, what I think would be really cool is if there was again a subscription service or something like that. So let's take the AMC what is it, the A plus or A pass or whatever. A-lister. Yes. All right, let's take that. Let's say you subscribe to that. All right, then you go see a movie, and when you see that movie, it registers, because obviously they're tracking what you're seeing. It registers that to your account, and now when that account comes out, or that movie comes out, they can offer it to you at a discounted price. Be like, hey, we saw that you watched this movie. What if we sold you the digital copy for like half off or something like that? Mm-hmm. And I'm just throwing out a number there, or it's like a discount because it entices the customers to spend more money.
Yeah, yeah. You give them a crumb, and you kind of try to hook them. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, it benefits you for going to the movies and also for being able to watch it at home.
Yeah,
it's definitely a win-win in the eyes of a consumer.
I think they've done it the backwards way. I mean, they've added $7.50 movie value tickets from buying their Blu-rays. You can get $7 off a movie. So they've done it the other way around. But I think I agree with you on this. Your way, I think, is a better, more enticing method. I think that's great.
And I'm just using the AMC thing because it's the hot thing. But like again, like if Marvel or DC or Star Wars,
just themselves, even say Warner Brothers or
so.
Absolutely. It's there's so many ways to do it. I'm fine with the way prices have been going. So overall, I don't really care. I don't buy too many movies to begin with. It's just
I don't know. I still am a collector on those things. I am the same way. It's weird because I will buy the disc, I will take the code out, and that's all I'll watch. But I'll keep the disc on the wall and I'll have it because all I now is think back to is Hurricane Sandy hitting us, and I had no internet, no power for 2 weeks, and I'm like, I had my movies, so I was able, because I had generator power, but I had no internet when I turned that back on. So I was like, well, I'm gonna watch this because I have the disc of it, so I can. So, but anyways, all right, I think that's gonna wrap up the movie cast pretty well. You can write us podcast at allycangeek.net, follow us on Twitter, allycangeek, like us on Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Tune in next week. We're going to do a Halloween episode. Surprise, Corey. We talked about this before you got on. So, Halloween episode next week.
We don't want to do it the week of Halloween?
No, I think we'll do it a week because it's not his season. It's the season. So, no.
Okay.
So, we'll look for that next week, everybody. And we'll see you then. And listen to the Gamecast and check us out. Thanks.